graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day so far. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ, where we go on for every Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. We do post-game shows, we do pre-game shows, and, of course, we call the games themselves. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on those notification bell icons, too. Jesus Luzardo is going to be taking the mound today, and this is going to be a test for him. Jesus Luzardo has been not good at all over his last two outings, and the Phillies are going to try to see if he can try to get them a series win or put them in a good position to win today's game against the Chicago Cubs. And he will be going up against Ben Brown. That'll be his opponent. We'll talk a little bit more about the both of them in just a little bit. But the one thing that we do have to bring up is we got a word from Aaron Nola. We got a word about Aaron Nola yesterday, and Rob Thompson talked about how there's a problem with his ribs, and so we're most likely not going to see Aaron Nola back pitching at the big league level probably until the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, because we got an update yesterday, and it wasn't good. So that's something to keep in mind. So as we were talking about, well, who's going to go to the bullpen, all those conversations now are going to be held off to the side because of Aaron Nola and because of what we heard about him yesterday. Something else that I wanted to mention, too, about that, and I forget what it was. So Nola got an MRI, and it revealed that he had a stress fracture in his right rib cage. He's not going to be throwing for at least another 2 weeks. As far as Bryce goes, Rob did say that Bryce Harper is going through treatments and feels a little bit better. I don't know how much longer he's going to be on the shelf, but that is something to note, and we shall see what else goes on. But yes, so those are the updates that we heard about from the Philadelphia Phillies skipper Rob Thompson. Something else that we have to also talk about too is that Michael Mercado got called back up today. Mercado is the guy that got called up to fill in for the bullpen. They also optioned Carlos Hernandez for assignment today. Hernandez just has not had a good year. He's been really struggling with his fastballs and with the knuckle curve as well. It's not been a good year for Carlos Hernandez. So they recalled Michael Mercado from Lehigh Valley AAA. This was reported 2 hours ago by the Phillies themselves. So I just wanted to make sure that we touched on that too, because those are all the news that we've heard. Otto Kemp today is going to be playing at first, and Alec Bohm is going to be over at third. Kemp had a couple of misplays over at third base, and the Phillies were thinking to themselves, well, let's try him at first, and let's see if he can do better at that position. So this will also be a test for him today to see how he does over at first base in the big league level. Brandon Marsh They didn't give an update on Brandon Marsh in regards to the injury that he suffered from last night, but he's not in the lineup today. Rob did say that he is available to pinch hit. So don't know how much longer he's going to be out. Maybe it's just today and the off day, but we'll see. All right, those are all the updates that I know of, and now it's time to get into today's game. So we got Phillies taking on the Chicago Cubs. Ian Happ will be in the starting lineup, and then it'll be Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, Dansby Swanson, and then it'll be Carson Kelly. Justin Turner is playing over at first base. Nico Horner's at second. Matt Shaw's at third. And Vidal Brujan is going to be out in center field, and he will be batting in the 9 spot. So again, it's Happ, Tucker, Suzuki, Swanson, Kelly, Turner, Horner, Shaw, and Brujan, all in the lineup for the Cubs. And the first pitch is taken up high to Ian Happ, switch hitter, who had 2 homers on the left side of the plate yesterday. 3 in this series. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike at 90 miles per hour. In regards to Luzardo, the pitching staff has talked about that they have potentially found something. Okay, there we go. I had to mute this. I was like, wait, what's going on? What's that music? All right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luzardo 5-2 with a 4.46 ERA. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. And there is the first out of the ball game. And it comes via strikeout from Jesus Luzardo. That was a good pitch. It was a very good pitch. I liked that. I liked the amount of dip that slider had. What's up, Eagles? What's up, Tony? What's up, Randy? Pitch to Kyle Tucker. It's chopped foul. The ball is 1 strike. 1 away in the top of the first. Tucker hitting .278 this year. He's 3 for 19 this season against the Phillies with a homer. 0-1. That's taken in there for a called strike. Charlie Ramos is the home plate umpire. Then Stan Merzel over at first. Stu Sherwater at second. And Vic Carapazza at third. The ball's 2 strikes, and the 0-2, it's down and away for a ball. So the count is now 1-2. Before the last 2 starts, Luzardo's ERA was at a 2.15. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. That's way up high for ball 2. He's given up 12 earned runs in his last 5 2/3. 20 earned runs, on 21 hits. 2-2 on the way. Takes it downstairs. They try to see if he went around. He did not. So Happ struck out swinging. Tucker's up right now. And the 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Beautiful sweeper thrown by Luzardo. And 2 strikeouts in a row. That was the same pitch that he threw Ian Happ. That time it just tailed a little bit more outside. Had more backspin to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here's a fastball that's fouled away. What's going on? Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Pitch on the way, and that's in there for a called strike. going on, Izzy? Suzuki with 56 RBI, second in all of the National League. Has also 16 homers, too. Takes the 0-2 down and away for a ball. Luzardo with 13 pitches. He struck out the first two batters that he has faced. Looking to strike out the side here. The 1-2 is fouled back. There's one other baseball game going on right now. The Pirates are taking on the Marlins. It's in the top of the third. Pirates lead at 1-0. 1-2 pitch. This one's grounded back up the middle. It died off the top of the hill. The throw over to first by Turner. Not in time. Suzuki just beat it out. Rob says, hold it. And they're not going to challenge. His right foot just got down there as soon as it was caught by Otto. It hit the top of the mound, and it just sort of died. The ball sort of slowed up. So it's an infield single for Suzuki. Now Dansby Swanson is up. The pitch. It's low and inside for a ball. Swanson is 3 for 13 in his career against Luzardo. He has walked 6 times against him. One ball, no strikes. Luzardo looks back at first. Now back to the plate. And the 1-0 is line foul. Let's go. What's up, Thomas? How are you? One ball, one strike. So again, Kemp is over at first, and Bohm is at third. Just want to make sure that you guys knew that. Swanson's up. Up next, it's Carson Kelly. Luzardo looks back at first now, back to the plate in the 1-1, swing and a miss on a fastball at 97. On the defensive side of the diamond, Stott's over at second. Kemp's at first. Bohm's at third. Trey's at short. JT's catching. And this 1-2 is going to be popped out over towards the right field side and foul ground. Castellanos gives it a look, and he's there, and he makes the catch in front of the little gate towards that right field corner. And we're going to the bottom of the first. He just drew a little souvenir to a fan. Points right over to him. Says, there you go. We're going to the bottom of the first, just to round out the Phillies defense. In left, it'll be Max Kepler. In center, it's Rojas. And the right fielder is Nick Castellanos. What's going on? Yeah. Type in the chat all you want. I may not be looking at chat as much today. It doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. I just am focusing. I'm trying to incorporate some other things into stream. I'm not distracted. Don't take it personally. I'm trying to see if I can do some other things. Just thinking. Trey Turner's going to be batting in the leadoff spot for Philadelphia. Then Kyle Schwarber's going to be DHing. He's batting second. Alec Bohm is hitting third, playing over at third. Nick Castellanos out in right field. He's going to be batting fourth. Max Kepler's fifth. And then it'll be JT batting sixth. Seventh will be Bryson Stott. Eighth is Otto Kemp. And ninth is Johan Rojas. So just to recap, it's Turner, Schwarber, Bohm, Castellanos, Kepler, Realmuto, Stott, Kemp, and Rojas. Okay. So I have a question for you guys. Okay. Sometimes I notice that people ask, even when I say it, who's up to bat? Would it be helpful, okay? First pitch is outside for a ball to Trey. Wouldn't it be helpful if I got rid of the scoreboard up here, put that on the lower ticker, and then just put a box score there? 1-0, and that's taken down for ball 2. 2-0 pitch. Line drive, base hit into left field, and Trey Turner gets on with a leadoff single. Swung on a 2-0 pitch, but smacked it out to left and got on. Thoughts about that? Thoughts about that? Would you rather have me put the scoreboard that I have that says that Schwarber's up and Brown is pitching? Would you rather have me put that at the bottom? Would you want a box score? The pitch. That's taken up high and away for a ball. Schwarber hitting just .245. Has not had a good June. And he takes the 1-0 outside and high for ball 2. So 4 balls thrown by Brown. Ninja Chat might be a little bit slow today. No, it's not. Okay. It ain't slow. 2 balls, no strikes. Toss back to first, not in time. Thoughts? Anybody? Two-0 pitch. Fouled back towards the screen. Surprised he doesn't post a poll. Well, I have a poll. It's a different poll. Two balls, one strike. And the pitch. It's up high. They try to see if he went around. Did he go? No. Eagle says, I like it how it is now. Okay. If I can't see something, I turn my phone sideways to enlarge. 3-1, swing and a miss. The one thing I like about Sports Scores Bot is that they tell you who's up to bat, who's pitching, and it updates you live. Time is called. They really do an awesome job. I give them a lot of credit. It makes it look so seamless. Toss bat to first, not in time. So we're in the bottom of the first. There's a runner on over at first. Kyle Schwarber is up. Turner got on with a 2-0 single. What's up, Charles? Runner goes in the 3-2. It's outside for ball 4. And Kyle Schwarber is going over to first. There we go. Nice. Good stuff. Four-seamer, a knuckle curve, and the changeup. That's what Ben Brown does throw. Stream Deck's not working. Okay. The pitch, it's inside for a ball. No throw over to third. As Trey Turner swipes third, and Schwarber goes over to second on a double steal. That gets rid of the double play. Phillies playing some small ball. It's no balls, one strike. The good old double steal. No spoilers. 0-1 pitch. This one's going to be grounded over to third. Turner will come home. No throw made to home plate, but Bohm goes over to first, and the throw is in time. It's an RBI ground out by Alec Bohm. Schwarber does stay put at second, but it's 1-0 Phils. There we go. Stolen base, run, RBI, G5. Here's Castellanos, and he swings and misses at a knuckle curve. That was in the dirt. Phillies trying to win their first series of June. The ball is one strike to Castellanos. 0-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Got a knuckle curve that was at the knees. Alec Bohm grounded out again, but it led to a run. No balls, 2 strikes to Nick Castellanos. 13 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 0-2. It's going to bounce in the dirt for a ball. Are all the other sound effects slow? Yeah, no. Okay. I just wanted to check that out. Casty's hitting .332 against his former ball club. That's 12 homers and 35 RBI against him. 1-2 pitch. It's low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Alec Bohm had an RBI ground out that would allow Turner the score. Schwarber dances off a second. 2-2 pitch. It's up high and inside for ball 3. The Guardians are hosting the Cincinnati Reds out at Progressive Field. It's in the bottom of the first. Reds actually shut out the Guardians yesterday 1-0, and they beat them in the first game on Monday 7-4. 3-2 pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go? He did. And there's out number 2. Ben Brown gets a strikeout. He went around. Right call. And that'll bring up Max Kepler. So far, 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Kepler takes ball 1 to change up. That's outside. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And stay on for the postgame show afterwards. 1-0 pitch to Kepler. There's a high fly ball hit out to deep right center field. That's going to split the gap and go all the way towards the wall. Schwarber will jog on home. Kepler is safe at second. RBI double for Max Kepler. Kaboom! Timeout taken on the mound. So there's a conversation going on between the pitching coach, the catcher, and, of course, Ben Brown. 19 total pitches in this bottom of the first, 10 balls and 9 strikes. If you guys remember, Ben Brown was a Philly. He was traded to the Cubs in the David Robertson trade in 2022. He's 25 years old now. He has a 5.37 ERA and 78 strikeouts entering into today. JT's up at the plate, and he slices the first pitch that he sees, foul, and out of play. If you're in the chat, give a thumbs up to the stream. Absolutely. JT is 4 for 8 in this series with a pair of RBI. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch to JT. There's a ground ball back up the middle, off the glove of Horner. It goes out to center field. Kepler's rounding third. Oh, come on in to score. It's 3-0 Philadelphia. That thing was scorched off the bat, and Horner tried to backhand it. It was a rocket. It just deflected off of his glove, and it went out towards shallow center. It's 3-0 Philadelphia. Whew. No chance. No chance. Toss bat to first, not in time as Bryson Stott is up at the plate now. JT now 5 for 9 in this series. That RBI single certainly does help him. The pitch to Stott. He gets a fastball at 98 and fouls it away. Brown did play against the Phillies back on April 26th, and he gave up 6 earned runs in 3 2/3. Oh, 1. That looked a little bit outside, but it's in there for a called strike. Look at the members. 0-2 pitch on the way to Stott, swing and a miss. But the damage is done as we go to the top of the second. Phillies have a 3-0 lead. Thanks to an RBI ground out by Alec Bohm, an RBI double by Max Kepler, and an RBI single by JT. Okay, 3-0, top of the second. All right, good first inning. Good first inning. That was solid. Win a series is all I ask right now. How's everybody in chat doing? I appreciate you all for being on here. Who's sleeping? If Scott wasn't tuning in at 3:30 a.m., we'd be losing 3-0. Damn. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have 115 people on here. Again, after the game is done, stay on for the post-game show, where we just dissect everything. We've been doing these post-game shows now. These post-game shows have pretty much gone for like an hour and 10 minutes. You can go check them out. I mean, we still keep them all on one stream, except for the other night when OBS was not cooperating with us. Then we went on for an hour and a half afterwards. But I love talking to you guys. I love getting people on the phones. The phones have been buzzing. And I just love talking about this baseball team. I really do. Even when things aren't going so well, definitely does bring us closer together. For those of you that have been tuning on into the post-game shows, how great have they been? Like over the last week, I think that we've been starting to extend them a little bit more, and I think it's been more conversational, and I feel like that we get a lot more out. We're going to the top of the second. Phillies lead at 3-0. Jesus Luzardo struck out the first 2 batters that he faced in the first, and then gave up an infield single to Seiya Suzuki. But then Swanson flied out to right. The pitch on the way. It's in there for a strike. Charles Chaplin says for sure. Yeah, usually like when I was doing post-game shows in the past, it would be like 25, not even 25 minutes some of the time. It would be like more like 10, 15, 25. Now we've been We've been going for like an hour. Hour 15. No balls, 2 strikes. Carson Kelly is in the box. He did not play yesterday. 0-2 pitch. It's inside and low. Kelly this year in 41 games, 9 home runs, 24 RBI for the 30-year-old. And he takes the 1-2 pitch up high for ball 2. Kelly made it to a World Series with the Arizona Diamondbacks back in 2023. And I'll line this one out towards left field. Kepler plays it on a hop. It's a base hit. And Kelly gets on again. Carson just broke a streak. He was 2 for his last 19 and 0 for his last 10. But he's reached base safely in 4 of his last 5 games. There's Justin Turner, former World Series champion, takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Won a ring with the LA Dodgers. Oh, 1. That's a pie for a ball. Sometimes I gotta watch with no sound. You put a text up with the previous at-bat. That would be legendary. Gotcha. 1-1. Swing and a miss. One and 2 is the count. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. Let's get those thumbs ups going. 1-2. Line drive off the glove of Trey Turner out to left field. He tried to make a diving catch. Deflected off of his glove. Kepler gets over to it. And back-to-back base hits for the Cubs. So Kelly singles and Turner singles. And Nico Horner is coming up. Turner was maybe just a little bit late. Trey, that is. Just a hair late. Nico Horner will swing and miss at a slider that was running inside and low. We needed that one therapy session. I think that was good for us all, especially you, JJ, because you're usually Mr. Positive. Yeah. I think that it's good for us to dissect people's comments and just talk. The format's good. The format's really good. 0-1, foul ball. The vent, at the opening monologue, the phone calls, and then we get to the texts. That's a very good format. That's a good format. I like it. Horner hitting .394 with runners in scoring position. Another 0-2 count here. Can Luzardo get an out? Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He does. Another slider that was running inside. That had a lot of movement to it. The slider and the sweeper have been, so far, pretty good. 3 strikeouts, 3 chairs in the chat for Luzardo. Another righty, it's Matt Shaw. They have loaded up the righties today in the lineup. The pitch, it's inside for a ball. So the only lefty is Kyle Tucker. One-oh pitch. That was on the upper third of the zone, and it's in there for a called strike, again at 98 miles per hour. Cubs and the Phillies. Well, the Cubs are 5 games above the Cardinals in the NL Central. Phillies are 5 games behind the Mets. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It makes for a good chat. Yeah, I think it's a good back and forth. I do. 1-2 pitch on the way. Fouled off. It does. It makes for a good chat. Cubs are hitting .293 with runners in scoring position, which is second best in all of baseball. One ball, 2 strikes to Matt Shaw. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Another changeup. He goes back-to-back with the changeups, and Luzardo gets his 4th strikeout of the ball game. That was excellent. He had an opportunity to play with a pitch, and Shaw thought that it was going to come back over the outside edge of the plate, and it did not. Looked like it was going to be way outside, and then it just sort of tailed on in towards the outer third, but it didn't even catch the outer third, and it got him deceived. Brujan is up, and he takes the first pitch that he sees for strike 1. Oh, 1 on the way. Foul ball. Five seconds left on the pitch clock. Luzardo comes set again and fires a fastball outside. The 1-2 pitch. It's down and in for ball 2. We got 124 people tuning on in. If you're at work, spread the word, please. Please spread that word. Obviously, don't interrupt your boss if you're in a conference or if the person's in a conference. 2-2 on the way. Check swing. Did he go? He did. And Luzardo strikes out the side and gets 5 out of his 6 outs that were recorded as a strikeout. And we're going to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Phils. I like how I was able to keep score in that inning. First base, K, K, and K. I like that. It looks like a little bit of a pattern. It was great. Phillies have been in an awful slump. Getting swept by the Pirates doesn't help. Still can't get over that. I'm with you. Folks, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, too. Guys, look at this. I'm going to read you this home run leaderboard. Okay? Listen to this. Kyle Schwarber, 20 homers. Bryce Harper, 9. Max Kepler, 7. Trey Turner, 7. Nick Castellanos, 6. Alec Boehm, 5. JT Realmuto, 5. Bryson Stott, 4. And Brandon Marsh, 2. When I read you that list, how depressing is that? 20 for Schwarber, 9 for Bryce, 7 for Kepler, 7 for Trey, 6 for Casty, 5 for Bohm, and for JT, 4 for Stott, and 2 for Marsh. Here's Otto Kemp. First pitch that he takes is down for a ball. Second pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. I am the boss, says Thomas. I'm sitting here listening at my sports card shop. Nice. 1-1. This one's grounded over to third base. Shaw picks it up, throws it over to first. It's in time. I am the boss. I'd love to come visit your card shop, man. I would love to come visit. That sounds cool. 1 out, bottom of the second. Ben Brown is pitching. 27 pitches. PJ says that list sounds embarrassing. Old Man Ferguson says pitiful. Joe says eye-opener for sure. Rojas shows bunt, and it's in there for a strike. He took it back. Oh, 1 pitch to Rojas, swing and a miss. Juan says it's pathetic. Also, Harper being second without being out so much this year is the sad part. 0-2. The pitch was in the dirt. Rojas gets a piece of it, though. I just look at that visual, and I say to myself, damn. 0-2 pitch. This one's grounded over to shortstop. Dansby Swanson has it on a bounce. Throws it over to first. And there's out number 2. Two away in the bottom of the second. And the first pitch to Trey, swings and misses at a knuckle curve that was outside. Turner had a single on a 2-0 count in the first. He scored a run. 0-1 gets another knuckle curve, and he fouls it off. Oh, 2 pitch. It's high and inside for a ball. One-two pitch. That's taken down for a ball. Two-two pitch. Another knuckle curve, and this one's popped up over towards the third base side in foul territory. And the catch is made for out number 3 by Matt Shaw. 1-2-3 go the Phillies. And we're heading to the top of the third inning. 3-0 Philadelphia. I was trying to search for Trey Turner's stats against the knuckle curve this year. Because when you just look at that at-bat alone, the 2 pitches that he chased after that were low and inside were knuckle curves. And the pitch that he popped out on was also a knuckle curve. So I was trying to see if there's a way. There it is. Okay. This is how they track it. Against the off-speed pitch. Okay? Against the off-speed pitch, Trey is 6 for 31 with 5 singles. Against a breaking pitch, he's seen a breaking pitch 384 times. Okay? He has 28 hits in 104 plate appearances. 28 hits in 104 plate appearances. 5 doubles, 3 homers. And against the fastball, he's 46 for 140. So again, batting .329 against the fastball, 194 against the off-speed pitch, and 289 versus the breaking pitch. It's not just him. It's not just him. That's how the rest of the team is too. I've been telling you for a while that the Diamondbacks solve the Phillies. Throw them off-speed pitches. And you'll get them to strike out or ground into double plays. Here's Luzardo back out there on the hill. He takes the first pitch, or he throws the first pitch for a strike to Ian Happ. Pitch on the way. That's taken outside. This offense was supposed to rely on key vets and young players. Turner not living up to his monster contract. Boma's no power, and JT has regressed. You're 1,000% correct. 1-1, foul ball. The reason why the Phillies didn't need Reese back, as the 1-2 is swung on and missed, and there is out number 1, was because JT was producing at the time. The guys were producing. Alec Bohm was an RBI machine during the first half of last year. And he didn't need Reese in the lineup. The pitch. That's up high for a ball. What's up, Asia? Tucker's batting, and he takes the 1-0 in there for a called strike. Gotta tell you, the fastballs from Luzardo have been hitting their points. And the sliders and the changeup, very good. 1-1 pitch. It's down for ball 2. 99 over 22. What's going on? How are you? What's going on, man? 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is chopped foul over towards the first base side. It all goes back to Kevin Long. He's been an underwhelming head coach. He needs these batters to be more disciplined. What did I say in the postgame show, Quan? Who is the perfect comparison to Kevin Long? 2-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards left center field. Rojas is there. I'll make the catch for out number 2. Who is the person that I compared Kevin Long to last night? Fishing Bomb. What's going on, dude? I was at the game yesterday. Pitching was brutal. That was a brutal game. 2 away. And there's a 95-mile-per-hour fastball that's in there for a called strike to Seiya Suzuki. Carlos Hernandez and I have the same body shape. That's why he was DFA'd. 0-1, swing and a miss. Jonathan Gannon. That's right. Was that accurate? Was that accurate? 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And another strikeout for Luzardo. He's been on fire today with punching out Cubs hitters. What's that now? 6 strikeouts for Luzardo? Yeah. 7 strikeouts. 7 shares. It's pretty close. I feel another good one is Doc Rivers. Not bad. The only reason why I said Gannon was because I know that now he's a coach, but at the time, Gannon was a coordinator. He was a defensive coordinator. And to me, coordinator goes hand in hand with hitting coach. Well, now they even have, you know, in baseball now they have offensive coordinators. So, like, what's the difference between an offensive coordinator and a hitting coach? You know? Like, they have offensive coordinators now in baseball. Living off one championship glory. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I doubt anyone has caught more games in MLB over the last 5 years than JT. It takes a toll on you. That's why you got to have a succession plan at C, at the catcher position. I'm with you there. Do we even have an offensive coordinator? No. I can look it up right now. I'll look it up right now, just to make sure. Coaches. Nope. None. None with that title. None with that title. The pitch. That's taken for a ball. Offensive coordinator works on base running, hit and run, strategy versus pitchers, lineup choices. One ball, one strike. Here's the 1-1 to Schwarber, and he takes it down for ball 2. Stranded time. They just hired Jimmy Rollins. Did they really? 2-1 pitch. That's up high for ball 3 because it doesn't say that on MLB.com. Three balls, one strike to Schwarber. 3-1 pitch to Kyle. Fly ball hit out to right field, and that one is crushed. Absolutely crushed for nothing. Oh, he squared that up perfectly. .431 later. Here's Bohm. There's a line drive played on the bounce by the shortstop, backhanded by Swanson. Throws it over to first. It's in time. Now Bohm grounds out. 3-1 pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Schwarber was waiting on it. Got it. Bad pitch by Ben Brown. Made him pay. 431 feet. The pitch. It's outside for a ball. You forgot Kyle Schwarber was a former Cub? How could you forget? He won a World Series with them. One 0, and that's outside for ball 2. It happens. I'm just saying that he won a World Series with them, but it's been a very long time. Now you're making me feel old because I was a freshman in college. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Two on to Castellanos. There's a high fly ball hit out to deep left center field. That ball's going back towards the track, and that one is gone. And Nick Castellanos with a homer against his former team. And that makes it 5-0. Wow. Phillies are looking at this from the replay center because they didn't call it a homer. It bounced over the fence out in left center field. Castellanos was over at third. Did it hit the fence? Like that hit a fan, I thought. It bounced off the very top of the fence. And they ruled that as in play. It hit the top of the fence. So that's technically in play. That is a game that is so close. If it hits the yellow fence, it's a homer. But it hit the gray fence first. So it's just they're going to review it. It's a replay review here. I don't think that they're going to overturn it. I think that Casty is just going to be rewarded with a triple here. If it hits the top of the fence and goes over, I think it's a home run. It hit the fence. It hit the edge of the fence. All right, and so they confirmed it, and Nick Castellanos gets on with a triple. Okay. All right, so Casty is over at third. Well, this maybe could increase their hitting with runners in scoring position. If it would have hit the yellow fencing first, that would have been a home run. But it hit the gray fence. Here comes Max Kepler. The pitch on the way is swing and a miss. That's Casty's first triple since he was 8 years old. I think that's his second one of the season. I'm curious now. Infield playing in. The 5-6 hole is wide open. Pitch on the way, and it's now a 1-1 count. That's the first triple for Nick since September 28th of last year. Kathy, what's up, Kathy? How are you? What's going on, Kathy? 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Fouled away. Our cleanup hitters here, folks. About a month away from the All-Star game, looking back at Bones' decision to participate in the home run derby is looking more and more like it definitely affected his swing. His swing has not been back. That's a good point. That's a very good point. 1-2. That's outside and low for ball 2. What's up, Kathy? Shout out to you. Two balls, 2 strikes to Kepler. And the pitch fouled back towards the screen. Every time I see you in chat, it always puts a big smile on my face. It just does. Daver's here. Good afternoon, my friend. How are you? What's going on? 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4-0 Phils. Runner on at third in the 2-2. It's outside for ball 3. My mom has to say hi. Now my mom has to get in the chat because she loves it when you call on in, Kathy. She does. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch to Kepler. It's outside for ball 4. Shout out to the mom. Kepler stinks. Well, he just walked. And he homered yesterday. Oh, but you can't count that as a home run because the ball just flew. Ugh. All right. So runners at the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Carlos Santana, former Philly, just hit an opposite field grand slam for Cleveland. The guy is 40 years old. The guy is 40. And yet he still has power. He's 39, but even still. 1 out, runners on at the corners. Bottom of the 3rd. JT is up. He's 6 for his last 18. And he takes a strike. It's a fastball at 97. In there for strike 1. Crowley says, I miss when Didi Gregorius was on the Phillies. Didi? I can never disrespect Didi. 0-1, fouled away. But he didn't do anything for you. I like the name. I wish that it would have been better. I miss Freddie Galvis. You're a liar. 0-2 pitch. This one's grounded over to 3rd. The throw to home plate is in time. Nick Castellanos is out. And there's the 2nd out of the inning. Just slow, man. He's just slow. Y'all know it. He was a dead fish. He was a dead fish at the plate. Didn't even look up for the signs, nothing. So it's a 5-2 fielder's choice. And Stott's up. And he takes the first pitch outside for a called strike. Oh, 1 pitch. That's outside and high for a ball. Hit that thumbs up button, folks. And hit the subscribe button as well. The 1-1 to Bryson Stott. This one's popped up out over towards shallow center field. Bruhan will get under it. And he catches the can of corn for out number 3. Kyle Schwarber does give the Phillies another run on a solo homer. And we're going to the top of the 4th inning. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Luzardo with 7 strikeouts in 3 innings so far. We have 58 likes on here, 146 people tuning on in. Please, folks, smash the like button. The only way that we get more people on here, I know that it's during the day, and I understand that you guys are probably working, but whenever you get a chance, if you could hit that thumbs up button, that would really be much appreciated. The only way that we get more people on here is if we hit that thumbs up button. That's it. So it does me a favor, and it's good for the channel. The pitch, that's a foul ball. I want more people to find this channel. There's people that don't have cable. There's people that don't have access to tune on into these games, or they're looking for just really good Phillies coverage, period, on YouTube. There's people that are hungry for that. That's why we do these postgame shows. 0-1, foul back. Dansby Swanson's up. And he grounds the 0-2 towards third base, but it's a foul ball. Excuse me. The 7 strikeouts does tie a career high through 3 innings for Luzardo. 0-2. That's down and in for a ball. One, two on the way. Foul ball. Swanson's working up Luzardo's pitch count, which is at 58 pitches. Last time that he faced the Cubs, he went 6 innings, gave up just 2 runs on 3 hits. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies are in their cream uniforms today. And Luzardo has a red undersleeve shirt. Undershirt. That's long sleeve. 2-2 pitch. This one's chopped foul. The windup and the pitch. Another strikeout by Luzardo. Give him 8. Man. That guy, I think he's back. I think he's back. One out on the way. And the pitch. It's down and in for a ball. Five seconds left on the pitch clock. 1-0 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right field. Castellanos on the run. Does he have room? He did, but he misjudged it. And he lost it in the sun. It's a foul ball. Three of the 4 flags are blowing out there. The one American flag is just not. You see all the flags waving, and that one's just like, nah, I don't feel it today. The one flag is like, nah, I'm good. 1-1, that's taken for ball 2. Two-one pitch. Line drive, base hit into the gap over towards Monty's angle. And so going over to second base is going to be Carson Kelly. Johan Rojas throws it over to the cutoff man. And there's a 1-out double. DT Lions. Damn, there's like 5 Phillies fans streaming on YouTube right now. There's 5? Wow. That's cool. Appreciate you for stopping by, though, man. One away at the top of the 4th. Justin Turner's up. And he swings and misses at the fastball. It's a 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. That's another 4-seamer that's in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Turner got on with a hit his last time up. And he lines this one sharply over towards the second baseman. Styles, he plays it on a hop, throws it over to first, and Kelly will go over to third, but the runner at first is out. DJ Eastwood. Love my man, DJ. Twitter scouts, man. They have the answers. Probably talking about Ace Bailey. And, or other guys not named Ace Bailey. Or Dylan Harper. That's funny. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Luzardo was 70 pitches. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Line drive it out to left field. That's going to go all the way towards the wall. The Cubs are going to get a run here on an RBI double. Hit by Nico Horner. Just got it right off the end of the bat. And smoked it. No chance for Kepler to get there. And it's 4-1 Phillies. See what type of pitch this was. Just your typical pitch that's supposed to go down and just flattened out. Shaw takes inside for ball one. That was off of a changeup. It's like one of the only bad changeups that he's had today. 1-0 pitch. Four-seamer that's inside for ball two. Two balls, no strikes. Larry says, I only see one other YouTube channel streaming this game. 2-0 pitch. That one's grounded sharply over to third base. Bohm picks it up, though, throws across the diamond over to first. And it's in time. We're going to the bottom of the fourth. Luzardo does get out of the inning, but the Cubs get an RBI double from Nico Horner. Going to the bottom of the fourth. Be right back. $70 likes, 155 people tuning on in. Let's go. Let's get to 100. Here's Otto Kemp, and he's going to slice this one out to right field for a base hit. And Otto Kemp starts things off with an opposite field single. What's up, Dominic? How are you? Text on into the JJ hotline. And let me know how you guys are feeling about this game so far. You can text on in. You can also leave a voicemail message, too. Or call us after the show, and we take live phone calls. So that's how we roll on here. Leadoff single to start off the bottom of the fourth. There we go. Good swing. Here comes Yohan Rojas. Are they going to bunt with him again? Toss bat to first. Not in time. I got to untangle these headphones. Got to remember to do that. They're playing Rojas away from that third base line. But Shaw is in. And he does show bunt, Rojas. And he took it back again, and it was in there for a strike. That was clearly a strike. Why? I don't understand why he took it back. He's not fooling anybody. Oh, 1 pitch, and Rojas will pop this one up, and it's caught by Turner. It was a bunt pop-up. That was not the pitch you bunt at. That pitch was way up high. And there's one away. That's the one that you take back. The pitch on the way to Trey. It's way outside and in the dirt for ball one. That just doesn't make sense because he takes the bunt back on a pitch that was right down the middle. And yet he keeps the bunt on a pitch that was way up high. One ball, no strikes. The Trey Turner. Toss bat to first, not in time. All right. Guys, if I were to tell you that I had an interview with Rob Thompson, if I had an interview with him, what would your questions be? 1-0 pitch to Turner. Fly ball hit out over to deep right field. On the run is Tucker, and he drops the ball. He tried to back up and catch it as it went towards the track. He took his eyes off the ball. Kemp goes over to third, and Turner goes over to second base. How about that? Wow. I mean, it was hit sharply off the bat. And Kyle Tucker, who usually makes that catch, even though he was backing up and tried to run backwards, just could not catch it. I think he took the wrong route there. I think that's what happened. The ball bounced off of his glove. It was above his head, and he took a little bit of a weird turn. But regardless, that's going to be scored as a double for Trey. And Kyle Schwarber is up with runners at second and third. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the pitch to a Schwarber is outside and high for a ball. Ask Rob, what does he think the team needs to win a World Series? Wow. More questions. 1-0 pitch on the way. It's a foul ball. Schwarber hit a nuke. I think it'd be better if Rob Thompson would be interviewed by you. What's up, Pete? Who else you got tuning on in today, Pete? What's going on? 1-1. That's inside and low. Shout out to everybody tuning on in with Pete. Double, really. Old man Ferguson, this is how the game is going, man. It's how the game is. I mean, we've seen it every single night. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Those are the types of pitches that Schwarber has been chasing after. Those knuckle curves, the curveballs in general. He says, I'm flying solo today. I'll tell everybody else I say hi. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 is inside and low for ball 3. Surprised that Ben Brown's still out there. Let's see if he gets a fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch on the way, swing and a miss. He wasn't going to get a fastball. It was another knuckle curve. There's strikeout number 3. And Schwarber strikes out. And there's 2 gone. And that'll bring up Alec Bohm. Team's still struggling with runners in scoring position. 2 for 6. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Why wouldn't they just walk Schwarber? That's not a question I'm going to ask Rob Thompson. I know what you were doing. I'm just saying. Coach, are your hands tied in coaching this team? I like that. 1-0 pitch to Bohm. Line drive, base hit into center field. This will bring home 2 runs. Bruhan's cap comes flying off. No throw made over to the plate as Kemp and Turner will score. And Alec Bohm, for the second night in a row, gets on with a 2-run single. 6-1 Phils. Got a hold of a hanging pitch. Bohm just made good contact with the ball. The pitch to Nick Castellanos, swing and a foul ball. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Casty, and he took a fastball right down Broad Street. Oh, it was right there. He said, nope, I'm not going to swing. I'll readjust his batting gloves and call for time. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Castellanos, swing and a miss. And he goes after a knuckle curve that was in the dirt. Not a good day for Nick so far. And we are going to the top of the 5th inning. 6-1 Philadelphia. Be right back. Wow, we got Kathy tuning on in. We got Serena tuning on in. Man, we need some people to come back. It's nice to see you guys back in chat. You know, it's good. Now we need the dude, and we need Grace. We do. Sam the fisherman. I haven't seen that man in a while. It's been a little bit of time. Sam was on here for like a lot of games the first year. Not as much last year. Then of course there's Mike. How's your day, JJ? It's beautiful outside. It is. 6,000 congrats. Thanks, Serena. I appreciate it. Pitch on the way, and that's taken for a ball. One-0 pitch. This one's popped up over towards the second base side. The catch will be made by Bryson Stott. Pete, haven't seen much of. Oh, he was just on here. And he was on here a couple of days ago, and he's on here a lot. I've been seeing them. Cooper I haven't seen in a couple of weeks. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Heavy at work today, JJ. Just checking on in. Phillies lead 6-1. Alec Bohm just had a 2-run single in the bottom of the 4th. 0-1 from Luzardo. And it's taken up high for a ball. Luzardo's looked very good today. 4 1/3, 8 strikeouts, 5 hits allowed, 1 earned run. Kyle Schwarber hit a solo homer. Max Kepler had an RBI double. Bohm also had an RBI ground out. And JT had an RBI single. So the offense so far today clicking. So far, so good. Colin's here. What's up, Colin? 2-1 pitch. Catches the inside corner at the knees for strike 2. Afro Legend is always here. I'm always here, just not in chat that often. You've been coming on. I've been seeing you for the post-game shows. You've been on here. 2-2 on the way. Popped up over towards the first base side. And it'll travel out to shallow right field. Stott is there. And I'll squeeze it for out number 2. So Bruhan got himself out. And Happ just popped out. And Kyle Tucker is coming up. Two outs. And the pitch. It's outside and low for a ball. One up pitch. This one's grounded foul. One. This one's chopped foul. You'll get it tonight. You will actually get it tonight. I've had other things come on up, but you will get it tonight. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Kyle Tucker's been really struggling in this series, and Jesus Luzardo strikes him out yet again. Wow. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Phillies have a 5-run lead. And they'll be back. Today is Wednesday, June 11th. I haven't done this in maybe about 4 games or so. But we'll bring it back. On this day in Phillies history, in 1981, Von Hayes became the 21st player in Major League history to smash 2 dingers in a single inning. When he connected twice in the first, during what was a 26-7 pounding of the Mets, Phillies were able to get 27 hits, including 10 doubles. 3 of them were by Bo Diaz. The runs, hits, and total bases. Guess how many? They're all team records for the Phillies and records for the most given up by the Mets. Guess how many total bases the Phillies had in that game on this day? How many total bases do you think that they had? Anybody? Anybody want to take a wild number? 37. You're actually close. You're not far off at all. 32. We're getting colder. 35. A little bit warmer. 40. Okay, now we're getting warmer. We're getting really warm at 40. More like 120. The pitch. And there's a foul ball. 48. You're so close, Michael. Michael's the closest. 46. You guys are both close. 1 ball, 1 strike. You guys are so close. 47. Good job, Larry. 47 total bases. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. It's in there for strike 2. 47 total bases in that game for the Phillies. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. Butterfly, you're the best. Kepler's in the box. Ben Brown's still pitching, by the way. And he fires the 1-2 high for ball 2. It's at 98 miles per hour. Two on the way to Kepler. This one's popped up over towards shallow center field. Swanson backpedals, calls off Bruhan. Swanson will catch it. And there's one away. Called him off. I was guessing the whole time I was close. 47 total bases in that game. Now, you would think that when they put up 23 runs against the Cubs, that would be the most. I don't know how many total bases that they had, but still a lot. The pitch, that's taken for a strike to JT. 0-1 to JT. High fly ball hit out to right field. It'll stay in the ballpark, though, and the catch will be made by Kyle Tucker for the second out. Happy birthday to Jorge Alfaro. Man. Jorge Alfaro. Legend. Pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Jorge Alfaro, man. Dave Cash's birthday's today, too. He was born in 1948. Pitch to Stott. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. Happ is there, and I'll make the catch. And we're going to the top of the 6th. So 1, 2, 3 go the Phils. They still lead at 6-1. Alfaro was in the JT trade. You know who else was in the JT trade that I haven't really heard a lot about? And yet he was untradeable? He was listed as untradeable at the time, and fans were really upset that they gave him up because he threw over 100 miles per hour. Sixto Sanchez. Yeah. Correct. Gosh, these... Sometimes, I can't wait to do this. There are going to be times, and I'm sure that we can actually go back to like 2 years ago, where we have conversations, and we just look into the past, and we're like, that was such a stupid take, or the fact that we had this convo 3 years ago, and you look at where the team is right now, it's crazy. But I bring that up because what was the conversation a couple of years ago? You wouldn't trade Sixto Sanchez. And we were talking about the headlines were, I wouldn't trade JT for Babe Ruth. Those were the quotes from John Middleton. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, folks. We have 150 people tuning on in. For an afternoon game, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're at 85 likes. We need 15 more to get us to 100. We're in the top of the 6th. The pitch on the way, and it's in there for a strike. All we need is 5 more wins to catch up to the Mets. Well, you're forgetting the important thing. 0-1, fouled away. 5 more wins and 5 more Mets losses. Imagine if the Phillies had Andy Pages. I don't know how I feel about that. He's hitting the ball a lot better than what he was during the beginning of the season, but Dodgers fans were calling for his job. 0-2, foul ball. The pitch. It's taken for a ball. The Cubs have a 21-15 record on the road. They're 41-26. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts for Luzardo. 10 Ks for the Lizard. Wow. He's answering my questions. He's answering my questions today. The pitch on the way, and that's taken outside for a ball. You hit that sound effect? Yeah, I've been playing it every time that we get a strikeout. Guess whose idea that was? Does anybody actually remember whose idea that was? Anybody? You might not. Larry, do you know whose idea that was? To play the cha-ching? 1-1. Fouled off. He's not here in chat today. One ball, 2 strikes. I don't remember. It was Darth Pooh. It was Darth Pooh. 1-2 on the way. Another foul ball. Was it Mike Green? No. It was Darth Pooh. Good guess, though. One-two pitch. It's a sweeper that's in the dirt for ball 2. Here's an interesting stat. It's a football stat. Adam Thielen led all wide receivers in EPA per target last year. Sure Larry remembers Adam Thielen. How could you forget? 2-2. Fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. Rojas backs up, and I'll make the catch for out number 2. That's expected points added per target. First was Mark Andrews and George Kittle. They were both tied for first. Then it was Adam Thielen. And then it was Amon-Ra St. Brown. And it was Devon Valet. What a list. The pitch. That's fouled off. But I guess when you really think about it, who was the other receiver that Carolina had? 0-1 pitch. Another foul ball. Thielen once had 9 straight 100-yard games for the Vikings. Yep. Guys had him and Stephon Diggs. Oh, 2 pitch. There's a high fly ball hit out to deep left field. It'll stay in the ballpark, though. And there's out number 3. Xavier Leggett. Yep. The 33rd team said it was Devon Valet. I wouldn't mind having Thielen back as wide receiver 3. See, this is why I made the comparison of, you wanting Thielen back, you wouldn't mind getting him back. The way that I look at that, I look at the same way as Reese Hoskins. I know that first base is not a problem, but I want another bat. I want another right-handed bat back. And if I were to get Reese back, I really wouldn't be opposed to it. Because right now we need another bat, clearly. A guy that's going to show pop and hit home runs. And so that's kind of how I look at it. But then I guess when I'm thinking out loud here. But you look at that home run stat sheet that I just said, 21 for Kyle Schwarber and 9 for Bryce. Right? 9 for Bryce, and he's your second guy. You need, at that point, Bryce is not your wide receiver 2. He's not your second. He can't be your second best hitter if he only has 9 homers. So then I guess that we need to fill in the gap. It would be different if Bryce had 18 homers and Turner had 12 and Schwarber had 22, then yeah, maybe the Reese Hoskins would be sort of wide receiver 3. But I don't know. Maybe that comment made no sense. It happens when you talk on average of 3 hours and 18 minutes a week. That's what tends to happen. There's no first baseman 3 in baseball. I'm not saying first base, but I'm saying in regards to his impact. One ball, one strike. 1-1. That's up high for ball 2. JJ, a while ago, you said that you watched the Phillies on YouTube TV. Is it cheaper than cable? I am a part of somebody's account. That's how I can watch it. So I don't fully know. I can't fully give you the answer because I'm just on somebody else's account too. I just have that as a luxury because God forbid if my cable goes out. My friend was really, really nice. He's the man. And he was like, I got you. I got you. So I can't give you a straight up answer. I don't want to lie to you. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Otto Kemp. And the 2-2 pitch, and that's in there for a called strike 3. And Ben Brown gets his 5th strikeout of the ball game. In the bottom of the 6th. Would it be possible, Jason, to get the pitcher's pitch count? I'd have to see. I could play around with that. Not on the Sports Scores bot app, though. That'd be through a third party. That'd be a little bit tougher. The pitch on the way, and that's in there for a strike. In the future, I would love to get a hub that shows you everything. Pitch counts, box scores. I mean, I would make my own. But I'd have to have a team for that. The ball's 2 strikes. And the pitch, it's fouled off. 93 pitches, though, for Ben Brown. I could ask them. I could email them and say, would it be tough if you guys had pitch counts next to the pitcher? 0-2 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball. It's hit over to shortstop. The throw over to first is in time for out number 2. Max! What's going on, man? Appreciate you. Shout out to Max Coverage TV. Another person that always puts a big smile on my face. 2 away, bottom of the 6th, and now Trey Turner's up. He's 2 for 3 today. Some would probably say, oh, he's just 1 for 3 because of the air out in right field. But on the stat sheet, it says 2 for 3. 0-1 pitch. It's a changeup that misses down. What's up, Max? 1-1 pitch. That's taken up high for ball 2. The chat always has stats at their fingertips. Well, and that also does happen as well, which is great. Two one to Trey. That's a foul ball. Just getting off of work. Just wanted to stop in and say and hang for a little. Max, you can hang out with us anytime. Anytime. Any time of the day. You're always welcome on here. 2-2. That's down in the way for ball 3. Sit back, relax. Don't think about those Yankees. And just come chill. 3-2. That's inside for ball 4. And so a 2-out walk issued by Ben Brown, and Craig Counsell's going to make a move. And we're going to have a call to the bullpen. All right, so a pitching change for the Cubs. A pitching change for Chicago. I'll tell you what, though, the Yankees did play well in their last game. They put up 10 runs. So maybe you do want to think about them. It's understandable. It's understandable. Aaron Judge homered again. It went 470 feet in last night's game. Okay, like, I get why the odds for him to win MVP are at minus 4,000. That is so high. But when you really think about it, it makes sense. This guy's first in OPS. He's first in batting average. He's first in homers. He's second in homers. He's second in RBI. He has to be up there in runs scored. He already is 63. I mean, he's just not human. He's not human at all. He's second in runs. He's first in hits. Total bases, he's first. Walks, he's sixth. And he's not really high on strikeouts. He's not in the top 50 in strikeouts. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Genesis Cabrera is going to pitch for the Cubs. 398, and it's June 11th. Again, minus 4,000 to win the MVP. You bet $2 on that thing, you're getting the $2 back. Kyle Schwarber is up at the plate. He had a nuke earlier in the game, 2 at-bats ago. Judge is goated. Even that right now is an understatement. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Like the talk that LeBron James gets in his sport, Aaron Judge deserves that talk right now. And LeBron doesn't really deserve it now. 0-1 pitch. This one's skied over towards the middle infield. Shaw's there, makes the catch. And we're going to the top of the 7th. 6-1 Phillies against the Chicago Cubs. We haven't had a race to hit 400 in years. And that's what this guy's doing. I wonder if Judge had a chip on his shoulder after Juan Soto left. Because even with what he was doing last year was also ridiculous too. But I don't know. I remember George Brett, Rod Carew, and Tony Gwynn having a shot at 400 late in the season. That's crazy. Folks, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. It's Judge/Ohtani in MLB. Every other player is on level 2, 3, 4 beneath them. You're right. And it's a shame because Cal Raleigh is having a phenomenal year. Cal Raleigh is playing really good baseball. And we're not even talking about him. Because what Aaron Judge is doing is just historic. What's up, John? Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Folks, if you guys want to text on into the hotline, if you want to join in on these conversations that we're having, feel free to text on in. We also are going to be live for the postgame show. We pretty much have been staying on live for about an hour after each game. I know some people get tired and they're like, I'm content fatigued. I just tuned on into 3 hours of my life watching this team get killed. So why would I stay on here for another hour? I understand that philosophy. But if you guys want to come on, if you guys want to voice your opinions, if you have thoughts about the Phillies, we can always talk about that. We're going to be doing this for the Eagles and for the Sixers too, with the way that we've been formatting these games. Over the last week, I'm telling you, we've been doing, I think every post-game show over the last 4 games have been pretty much over an hour. The pitch on the way. This one's popped up over towards the first base side. Aldo Kemp gets under it and makes the catch right next to the mound. And so, 1 out in the top of the 7th. One out. Max Lazar's pitching, by the way. And the pitch that he throws, swing and a miss. Oh, 1 pitch. Line drive into right field for a base hit. And Castellanos plays it on the ground. And there's an opposite field single. Over 42,000 in attendance today. It is a sellout. Oh, 1 pitch. That's high for a ball. One pitch. This one's grounded over to third base. Bohm backhands it, throw over to first. It's a foul ball. It is a foul ball. Couldn't tell that it was ruled a foul ball, but because the umpire wasn't even in the way. Looked like it was going into foul ground, but wanted to make sure that I had that correctly. One-two pitch. And that's taken up high for ball two. No, I did not, Max. I did not do that. I didn't do that. The pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go? And Matt Shaw's walking back to the dugout. They say yes, he did. And there's 2 outs. So 2 away in the top of the 7th. The 1-0 pitch. That's a pie for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. 2-0 on the way. Fouled off. No, I have not. I have not checked those out. Sorry, I was distracted by something. I got distracted by something. Two balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch. It's up high and away for a ball. And the count's now full. I'm interested to see how you guys answer this trivia question. I'm very interested. Three-two pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. Rojas is there, though, and he'll make the catch, and we're going to the bottom of the 7th. It's trivia time. 6-1 Phils. All right. This is probably going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question, and if you get it right, you will hear this, okay? You will hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. I want you to name me one Phillies player that has played for the Chicago Cubs. You can name more, but I'm just curious to see what you guys answer. It could be current or past. Sandberg. Schwarber. Ivan DeJesus. Is Ivan DeJesus one of them? Ivan DeJesus. Or wait, Ivan DeJesus. I don't think he is. Oh, unless he's under pitcher. Right? I don't see him there. Bronze Fonz. Fonz is incorrect. Lee Ella. Ella is not on here. Are those pitchers? No. Okay. Sandberg is correct. He was a shortstop and definitely played for both teams. Jenkins. Did Jenkins play for both teams? Fergie Jenkins did. Good job. DeJesus is not on this list. Bottom of the 7th, and the pitch is down for a ball. Castellanos. Milton Bradley. That is also correct. Actually, wait, hold up. That is actually, I'm sorry, incorrect. You're probably thinking of Marlon Byrd. Marlon Byrd would have been correct. All right. 1-1 to Alec Bone. And the pitch to Alec. There's a high fly ball hit out to deep left field. That's going back towards the track. Goodbye, baseball. He's finally hitting the ball. Here's Castellanos, the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Morandini. Is Morandini a player that has played for both teams? Morandini is correct. Trio is also correct. Yes. Keith Moreland. Is Keith Moreland? Yep, that's correct. Good job. Arrieta. Correct. Doug Glanville is, I want to make sure I got this correct here. Glanville is also correct. Good job. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nick Castellanos. Did we say Moreland? Keith Moreland is correct. 1-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. And Nick Castellanos goes down looking. That's his 3rd strikeout today. The list is wrong, says Larry. He was a shortstop. He played for both teams. Ivan DeJesus. Did Ivan DeJesus play for both teams? 1 out. And this one's grounded foul. He played in Major League Baseball for the Dodgers, the Cubs, the Phillies, the Cardinals, the Yankees, and the Giants. Don't know why he wasn't on the list, but you're right. 0-1, foul ball. I don't know why he wasn't on the list. It's weird. Unless, no. I don't even know why he's on the list. There's Dernier, and then there's Dillhofer. Weird. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. One, 2. That's down for a ball. What were his stats with the Phillies? Yeah, weird. Very weird. The pitch on the way to Kepler. There's another strike 3 called. And there's 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. JJ, you get to choose one. You taking an outfielder or a relief pitcher? I'm taking an outfielder. I want an outfielder. 2 outs. And the pitch to JT, it's down and in for a ball. I don't know why he wasn't. Baseball Reference. Baseball Reference is usually really good. And they didn't even have him. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. You said Boa? Yep. One. Swing and a miss from JT. It's a lot of people on this list. How about Tom Gordon? Remember Tom Gordon, Flash Gordon? D. Gordon's son? Now it's D. Strange Gordon. The pitch. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Could have said Craig Kimbrell. Could have said Chuck Klein. Could have went with Mark Leiter Jr. or John Lieber. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And JT strikes out. We're going to the top of the 8th. You could have also said Ben Brown. Could have said Dave Roberts. Jay Johnston. Jay Johnstone. That is correct. Somebody else asked that before. That was right. Brandon Kinsler. Who else? Kenny Lofton. I forgot Kenny Lofton was on the Phillies. Gary Matthews. Gus McGinnis. Chuck McElroy. Russ Meyer. Look at these names, man. Adam Morgan. Holy moly. Could have went with Hectic Hector. Could say Carlton if you were doing the White Sox. Yeah, it's true. That's so true. Juan Pierre. Dan Plesac. I didn't realize Dan was on the Phillies. Huh. That's interesting. Ross Glode. Shout out to Ross Glode. All right. We're going to the 8th inning. Ross Glode played for both teams. Scott Error. I remember him. I think he won a World Series with us. Or maybe he came after. Clay Condre. Clay was not on the Cubs, but it just made me think about him. Wes Covington. Could have went with him. I forgot Hector. Yeah. Marlon Bird, Miguel Cairo. I remember he hit like a long home run with us. I think that was like a 15-inning game or something. Bill Campbell. Who else? Richie Ashburn. Somebody else did say Arrieta. Terry Adams. Frank Baumholtz. Played from 1949 to 1955. Could have also went with Grover Cleveland Alexander. Ian Happ is up, sitting on the left side. The first pitch is outside. Was Wathan one? No, not on this list. Wathan is not on here. Pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit. It gets past Castellanos. It goes all the way towards the wall. And Happ is at least going to get a double. Rojas bobbled it, and Happ's going to go over to third. Man, our outfield is slow. Our outfield is slow. Nick Castellanos could not get there. And it got by him. And Yohan Rojas went to go back it up. And as soon as he tried to get it into his throwing hand, he bobbled the ball. He fumbled it. Here comes Kyle Tucker. And the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. So I guess that they're going to score that as a double. And an E8. Plesac, yep. Dan Plesac. That's correct. Oh, one pitch. This will at least get a run home as the ground ball's hit over to first base. Kemp plays it on a hop, throws it over to Lazar. There's one away, but the Cubs do get a run back. It's now 7-2. Cole Hamels. Yeah, you could have went with him as well. Cole Hamels was another one, for sure. Could have went Gus McGinnis. Willie McGill. Pitch on the way, and that's taken down for a ball. Brandon Workman. Was Witten one? Witten was not on this list. One ball, one strike. The next pitch is in there for strike two. One, two on the way. This one's flat out over towards left center field. Rojas gets under it and makes the catch. And there's out number two. Gray Gross. Not on this list. We can look it up, though. It was Gray Gross. We could see. Here's Dansby Swanson. Takes the pitch down for a ball. Gross was technically with the Cubs. Again, I don't know why he wasn't on the list. Don't know why. .70 his first major league home run, connecting on a total of 5 times with hitting .322. The pitch on the way. That's a line drive base hit out to left field. And there's 2 away. All right, I'm not going to get to all these names. Terry Mulholland, I said yes. 2 out, stop of the 8th. And the pitch, there's a fastball. It's in there for a strike. I'm not going to keep scrolling. Drew Smiley. Could have went with him. 0-1, foul ball. I don't see Shoe on this list. The balls, 2 strikes. Lazar comes set at the letters, kicks, fires. That pitch is outside for a ball. Last one I'll look up. Danny Jackson is also correct. About Larry Jackson. One-two pitch. Line drive, foul ball. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. We're at 99 likes. We're in the 8th inning. Come on, man. We got to get to we have to work up the likes. Let's go. Come on. Pump up the likes. 1-2 pitch. It's high for ball 2. Attaboy, we hit 100. Let's get to 200. Let's work it up. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. This one is flat out over towards right field. And the catch is made for out number 3. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Phillies lead 7-2. All right. Just gave you 100. Great. Let's go. Can we get to 200 likes? To 200 likes. By postgame. By the postgame show. There we go. Did I spell this correctly? Yeah. Okay, good. Good stuff. All right, come on after the game for a post-game show. And come talk to us. Hit up the phone, 610-314-0844. The phone number is right in the ticker. It's right in the description. It's on the screen. And it's in the live chat as well. If somebody else wants to post the hotline, you can. You can text on it. You can call on in as well. Somebody left us a voicemail before. I actually wanted to read the voicemail message. Where is it? Or maybe it was a text message. Maybe it was hit to the phone. Oh. Never mind. I don't know who it was, but somebody from Allentown called. And they were going to ask, how many hits, how many total bases was it going back to the on this day in Phillies history? Oh, it was, and then he finds out the answer. Oh, it was 47. He wanted to know live. How many hits, how many total bases was it? Oh, yeah, 47. Yeah, you figured it out. I appreciate the call, though. Thanks for the voicemail message. Guys are awesome. For some reason, this isn't working, so I'm going to X out of this. And we're going to pop it back out. Let's cut this. Let's paste it. Cut, delete, apply. Let's try it one more time. Otto Kemp is up. And the first pitch that he takes is inside for a ball. I think we missed a play. Stock got on with a single. 1-0 pitch to Kemp. This one's flat out over towards right field, over towards the line. It is a foul ball. There we go. Get those likes up, folks. The 1-1 to Otto, swinging a miss on knuckle curve that just disappeared out of the zone. Tomorrow the Phillies have an off day. And they're back at it on Friday against the Jays. 1-2. Chopped foul. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, appreciate you all for being on here. I know it's like during a work day in the afternoon. Spread that word if you haven't done so already. Kutch now moves into third place on the franchise all-time home run list for Pittsburgh. 1-2. That's outside for ball 2. I was going to say, didn't McCutchen play for the Cubs too? But no, he did not. McCutchen played for the Pirates, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Brewers, and that's it. 2-2, it's up high for ball 3. Throw over the second base to get Stott. He is out. Nice throw by Kelly. Late jump by Stott. Got him right on the swipe. Right there. That throw was right on the money. One out. And the 3-2 to Kemp. There's a high fly ball hit out over to deep left field. That's going back over towards the warning track, towards the wall. It's caught, though. And there's out number 2. Otto Kemp just missed a home run by a couple of feet. He went as far as he could towards that wall hap to make that catch. Michael Mercado is warming up, and he will be pitching in the 9th inning. Phillies sent down Carlos Hernandez and called him up today. Rojas is coming up to the plate. Phillies lead at 7-2. Pitch, Rojas shows bunt, takes it back. That pitch was low. The pitch, it's up high for ball 2. 70 of you have not hit the thumbs up button. Let's go. Let's go. This is Pomerantz pitching. Drew Pomerantz. 2-0 pitch. Down low for ball 3. This is the last time the Phillies are playing the Cubs. Unless they meet during the postseason. 3-0 pitch on the way. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. Three-one pitch. That was low, but it's in there for a called strike. Man. I always liked Kutch. Yeah, me too. Played the game the right way. Another person that did that, Hunter Pence. 3-2 pitch. Foul ball. Hunter Pence was a good Philly. 3-2 pitch. Foul ball. If I were to like make a roster of just really good Phillies hitters that, weren't Hall of Famers, but were just really good players that gave it their all, Hunter Pence would be on my team. 3-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And Rojas strikes out, and we're going to the top of the ninth. 7-2 Phils. Who else would I put on there? I would put Carlos Ruiz at catcher. I would put Kyle Schwarber in the lineup. I don't know if Kyle Schwarber is going to be a Hall of Famer. Who else would I put there? I guess at third base you put Maikel Franco. Franco wasn't a bad player. Franco just had a lot of hype. But that's the way that I look at it. At short, I'm talking about too, I'm being biased because this is also during the time that I've watched baseball. Shortstop, I would maybe put Didi. At second, I put Cesar Hernandez. Cesar always did give it his all. And he played a good second base. First base, I'm not going with Derek Hall. Who would I go for first? I don't know. Maybe Reese. Segura was a good shortstop. Gene did give it his all. I know that the whole Gabe Kapler thing comes back. Maybe I put Jay Bruce at first. And have Pence in right. We're just talking about like really good players. Aaron Rowan in center. And Victorino in left. I don't know. Something along those lines. I liked Hunter. I was really ticked off when they got rid of him. Yeah. Manny Trio. Yeah, that's a good one. The pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. It's down low and outside for a ball. And I guess he'd have to put Bobby Abreu there. Joe Morgan. Not bad. Top of the ninth, Mercado's pitching. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch to Justin Turner. There's a fly ball hit over towards center field. Rojas is there, over towards the track, makes the catch, 1 away. We will be live for a post-game show. It's before JJ's time. The pitch. There's a strike to Nico Horner. Oh, 1 swing and a miss. I put Cliff Lee on that list. Cliff Lee was just a good player. Not a Hall of Famer, but a good player. Maybe Luzardo's on that list too. But it's still too young. It's still too early. Oh, 2 on the way. It's in the dirt for a ball. Halliday's a Hall of Famer, though. I'm talking about like non-Hall of Famers that were just good Phillies players. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul ball, Ben Revere. It's not a bad choice. One, two. That's way up high for ball two. I mean, you got to put Bradledge on that list. You have to. Who did I say for shortstop? I said Gene. But you can make the argument that, there were times where he didn't hustle. 3-2 pitch. This one's grounded over to third. It's picked up by Bohm. Throw over to first in time for out number 2. Jimmy Rollins for an MVP. Yeah, I'm talking about non-Hall of Fame players that were just good because of their grit. I'm sure there's probably other shortstops that you could think of, but Gene was the only one that I could think of. Baker McBride. He's not a Hall of Famer, so that he would be good on that list. Bo was a Hall of Famer. I consider him to be a Hall of Famer. I didn't put Utley on that list, even though Utley's not a Hall of Famer. He's up there for me. 2-0 pitch on the way. And that is going to be fouled off. But yeah, he's not. I know that Bo is not in the Hall of Fame. I guess you have to put him. Yeah. Not your typical Phillies players that you think of. Bo is not in the Hall of Fame. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, top of the 9th. And the pitch. That's a foul ball. JT might. I don't know if JT is a Hall of Famer. Is going to be a Hall of Famer or not, but he was really impactful with the Phillies. All right. Payoff pitch on the way. It's up high for ball 4. And there's a 2-out walk. What's up, Bazooka? How about Michael Bourne? Just kidding. Just kidding. Adel Bruhan is up. He takes low and inside for a ball. JT is going to be a manager someday. I honestly believe that. He's going to be some type of a coach. I'm with you there. 1-0 pitch. That's taken on the outside corner for a strike. One. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. And Kepler's there, and he'll make the catch. And the Phillies take the series against the Chicago Cubs and win by a final score of 7-2. Ring the bell, the Philadelphia Phillies win. There we go. Ring that bell, baby. Okay. Okay. All right. They won the series? Yeah. Okay. All right. They did it. They won a series, and they did it against the Chicago Cubs. It's 3:41 p.m. Okay? How you feeling? How you feeling? Okay? How are you feeling? I'm going to break it all down. I will be back in 3 minutes. But my thoughts, my overall thoughts, like my little tease for postgame show is this. Good win. Good win. Good things today. Luzardo pitched well. I'm staying grounded. I'm staying grounded. I'm happy that they won. It's actually a breath of fresh air. I'm sighing. I'm sighing. I have a sigh of relief. Luzardo gave me a sigh of relief today. The offense gave me a sigh of relief. And you know what? Alec Bohm gave me a sigh of relief today, too. I will break it all down. We'll be on for like an hour. Okay, call on into the show. 610-314-0844. And we'll be right back. All right? Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled it out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Some golf claps. Congratulations. Congratulations. You won your first series of June. Some golf claps. Not giving them a standing ovation. They don't need that. But some golf claps. That was okay. Okay. All right. Good start. Now you have an off day tomorrow, and then you have a series to take against the Toronto Blue Jays. Not bad. Especially after how you responded last night with a dud. I didn't expect them to win this game, but this was, to me, a game of a lot of questions. They had a lot of questions coming on into this one. And before I break down what all the questions were, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on those notification bell icons too. And that way you know when we go live for every Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. We also do post-game shows on here as well. You can call into the show 610-314-0844. That is the phone number. That's the hotline. That's how you call on in. Before I get to your text messages, your YouTube chat messages, and even your phone calls, I will start off here. Jesus Luzardo. Whew. That was a sigh of relief and a whistle. The coaching staff said they think that they figured out what was going on, and I think today they did. This was the Jesus Luzardo I was used to seeing. He was tipping his pitches. The last two starts, this guy was tipping his pitches. And today, against a very good Cubs lineup, he only allowed one run and 5 hits. The sliders, that one sweeper that he threw to Kyle Tucker. Tucker, yes, he's been struggling. Thought it was going to go on the outside edge. No. That thing looked like it was going to go towards the outside corner at the knees. And it just absolutely spiraled into the dirt. We had those types of sweepers that we saw today. When he struck out Ian Happ in that first, I think it was Nico Hoerner. It was Nico Hoerner. Hoerner had a pitch. I'm pretty sure that the count was 2-2. Hoerner's pitch that he struck out on, if I remember correctly, it was a slider. Hoerner thought that it was going to just hit the inside corner. That thing just absolutely zipped in the dirt and inside. The movement that he's had on his pitches when he is on, it is like watching one of the top 5 pitchers pitch in all of baseball. The questions about him tipping his pitches or him being hurt, they have shattered today. They are gone. There's no more questions. There's no questions. None. He was phenomenal today. He was a strikeout machine. I loved that 12-6 changeup that he threw to Matt Shaw. I'm going back to that at-bat right now. He's behind in the count, throws a fastball inside and high, counts 1-0. Comes back with a four-seamer at 97 that hits the upper third of the zone. Okay. Then goes sweeper at the knees. And Pitch Tracks says that it was just below the middle of the plate, but it was lower than that. I remember. It looked lower than that. And it had a high release point, too. And then he throws a slider. That's a foul ball. 1-2. He has a pitch to play with. A couple if he wants to. Goes changeup. The pitch was outside. Shaw thought that it was going to hit the outside corner. And with the zip that thing had, that caused him to think that, and it would have been a ball. It would have been a ball. If he would have guessed, he would have won. But he had him thinking, guess what? I'm going to throw another fastball. Threw him 2 in that at-bat. I'll give you a changeup. The changeup, the sweeper, and the slider. I will say, I will grade all those pitches today. B+ for the sweeper. A- for the slider. B+ for the changeup. The only reason why I said B+ for the changeup was because of the RBI single that he allowed, or the RBI double that he allowed off of Nico Horner's bat. Because that changeup was flat. That was a flat changeup. Luzardo shut up the haters today. Shut up the people that were questioning him, including me. Is it just him tipping his pitches? I really wondered that. He didn't walk anybody. He went 6 innings and gave up no walks and struck out 10 batters. They fixed the problem. You needed him to go 6 innings today. If you're not getting good production from your starting pitching, you're losing the ball game. The reality is, your starting pitchers have to go 6 to 7 innings a night if you want to have a chance. That shouldn't have to be the case, but that's reality. They need to go 6 to 7 strong innings for you to have a chance to win a baseball game. And Luzardo gave it his all today and was in control. My favorite moment from Luzardo, and I have to dwell on this because this was a huge storyline coming into this game. What version were we going to get today? Because we heard about the coaching staff saying, okay, we think that we solved the problem. This was a test for them too. Two fastballs to Kelly and Turner to start off the second inning. I thought to myself, uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. After one nice inning, second inning, we're not feeling good. Our stomachs are starting to churn a little bit. Please, Jesus, get out of this. Please get out of this. 1, 2, 3 strikeout. Struck out all three batters in that second inning. Dialed in after that. If he gives up a run in that second inning, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long afternoon. Slider, changeup, slider to Horner. 1, 2, 3. Falls behind in the count. 1-0 to Shaw. Four-seamer, sweeper, slider, changeup. And that changeup, again, disgusting. And Brujan, 0-2. Battles back in the count. And looks at a sweeper that I thought was his best pitch today. I thought that pitch and that at-bat to Brujan was the best. So, Luzardo, enough about him. I wanted to make sure I gave him love because that was a headline coming on into this game. It was really important for him to do well. Your top three hitters today, 5 for 10. Trey Turner, say what you want about the double. That's an error on Kyle Tucker. It is. He scored it as a double. Kyle had a nuke. Bad pitch by Ben Brown. Bad pitch by Ben Brown. 3-1, fastball right down the middle. What the heck do you think Kyle's going to do with that? This guy has been struggling all month. You don't throw him a fastball there. You just don't. He's going to hit a Titanic shot if you give him a fastball down the middle. It's batting practice for that guy. I don't care if he's 0 for his last 17. Good for Kyle, though, to knock that one out. How about Alec Bohm? Bohm's not hitting for power. But these last two games, he's producing runs. If Bohm can start producing you runs and give you a first half of what he was last year, that's needed. I don't know if I can count on that. But he's certainly swinging the bat a little bit better. We still want him to not ground into double plays. They didn't ground into any today. There were no double plays today. Kepler had that nice double. JT had a rocket that was hit off the glove of Dansby Swanson, or Nico Horner it was, and that would allow Kepler to score. The ball was deflected right off of Horner's glove. No chance that he was going to catch that. Good swing. Kemp got another hit. Started a single. Thought that this was actually a kickback game for the Phillies. The last time we had that, late May. It's been a while. It's been a while. Your offense today is 10 for 33 with 7 runs scored. They did strike out 9 times. They only lost 3 times. But 2 homers, including one by Bohm. He needed that homer. And Schwarber, I think, needed that. I think Schwarber needed that homer for his psyche. He also did walk. He did. And Turner got on 3 times. Rob did push the right button with putting Turner in the leadoff spot today and moving Stott down. The bullpen. Let's talk about this bullpen. Lazar, 2 innings, 1 earned run. Casty has to catch that ball. Nick is slow. We're still talking about this outfield as if they need speed. And they do. They don't have that. I'm still watching misplays on the bases. Bryson Stott got caught stealing after he singled to right. Ruins the rally. I know that they're up by 5, but there has to be purpose. I'm all over the place, but you know what I really liked? When Trey led off that first by setting the tempo and getting on with a single on a 2-0 pitch, I don't really like him swinging at 2-0 pitches, but he got a fastball, and to his credit, he pulled it out to left. Schwarber then got on with a walk, and Turner stole third, and they did a double steal. That double steal set the tone because you're getting rid of the double play. Bohm actually would have grounded into a double play and instead got an RBI ground out. Casty did strike out. Unfortunate. Chased after a knuckle curve in the dirt. But then Kepler got on with a double. And JT hit a rocket. That double steal was big. Because, again, it's a rally killer if you can't get Turner and Schwarber home. So I like Trey in the leadoff spot today. I thought that that was part of the reason why you did win or why you were able to score runs. Casty had a bad day today. Casty was awful today. 0 for 4. Struck out 3 times, to my counting. Missed a foul out over in right field. Lost it in the sun. Had a bad jump on a ball that was ruled as a double. And then an error on Rojas on trying to get it into his bare hand on that same exact play. And then not only that, but after Casty did get on, I think it was in the 6th or in the 5th inning. I think it was the 6th. He gets the double, almost misses a homer, or just misses a homer, and it was actually a triple. Gets himself out at the plate after Kepler walks and JT grounds out. Or whoever it was. Every time there's a runner on at third, this team just thinks go, go, go. And Turner at least has the speed. Casty was a dead fish at that plate. I still have to bring these things up. I still have to talk about them. I do. Because while there was good today, they're still bad. There was still bad. Head-scratching plays still across the diamond from this baseball team. Back to the bullpen, which was my original thought. Before I lose sight of this. So Happ gets that double. Whatever. Lazard didn't pitch bad. He didn't pitch bad. That was just the only quote-unquote hit that he gave up, so he was fine. They put in Mercado for the 9th. It worked. It got you by today because Luzardo did just enough. He did more than enough. He did what he had to do. But the Phillies got enough from him to be able to just do what they did for the 7th, 8th, and 9th. If Luzardo had a bad game today, they were going to push him. They were still going to push him. They were still going to push him and squeeze the lemon out of him. They were like, please, we're begging you. We need you. And he answered the bell. All right, let's get phone calls. 610-314-0844 is the phone number. And the question that I want to ask you all is, are you sighing? Are you still mad? Are you happy? After a series win against the Chicago Cubs, or just after this game, what is going through your mind? What's going through your mind? I'm not jumping for joy. This was a good series win. It was a needed series win. And my question is, how do you build off of this? You go on into Friday hosting the Toronto Blue Jays. And by the way, you didn't show up in that series. You have a chance, to go on into that series with a little bit of some swag. What do you do this weekend? That's my question. Doug says, yep, a series win. This team needed that. This team needed that. They did. Crowley says that they beat a good team, and this is going back to the end of the game. I remember I saw this. They did. They beat a good team. They outplayed them. They did. They outplayed them today. All right. Let's scroll down. Let's go to actual comments from today's postgame. Sometimes, Doug says, sometimes I think we put a little too much into power, just get hits and produce. When I read you that home run list, and I could probably go back to that. When I read you that home run list, it made me think to myself, when you look back on that, list, okay, they're doing too much. In their heads, they want to kill the baseball. You don't have to kill the baseball. That shouldn't just be your mindset. If your approach is, I want to go kill the baseball, I want to tear the cover off the baseball, and I'm going to be impatient about it, you're playing MLB The Show. That's what's going on. You're looking for the sexy swing, and it's not going to come. Put the ball in the gaps. When Trey Turner was going on his little spurt, and he got those winky-dinky singles, was like, yeah, okay, he's getting hits, but he's just getting singles, and they're just off the end of the bat, or they're infield singles. When he started hitting doubles, when he started hitting the ball off the barrel of the bat, and the exit velo was going up, I started to say, okay, now you're starting to show me something. Then he got a little bit cold. But the bottom line is that it's going to come naturally. Here's a text message from Chris in Utah. What's up, Chris? I'll feel better if we can win the series against the upcoming Blue Jays and then the Mets. Then I'll feel like the ship is back on, is on the right track. Of course. Is Luzardo back to normal? You rock, JJ. First of all, Chris, thanks for texting on in. Is Luzardo back to normal? You struck out 10 batters today, and you did it against one of the best offenses in all of baseball. Like, that's not a fluke. Those 2 bad outings that he had were flukes. He was tipping his pitches. I said he has to be. Like, you don't just regress like that. Maybe in Philadelphia it's different because we're used to athletes doing some insane things. But my gut was telling me that there's no way Luzardo is just that bad. If this was against the Pirates, if this was against the Rockies, I would have more questions and say, okay, now can he do this against a really good team? He did it against a very good team. So I do think, yes, I think that all the questions should be out after this game. Now, you have a right to feel however you want to feel, but to me, those 2 games were outliers. They were outliers. This was the Luzardo that I was used to seeing. Very strong outing. What's up, Randy? I like the lineup. Had that trip, that was it. Schwarzenegger swinging at sucker pitches. Yeah, he didn't really do that today. In the 4th inning, that was the only time where I was scratching my head and I said, okay, like, why are we swinging at that? But I thought Kyle Schwarber actually had a good day. I did. I didn't think he was bad at all. Relief. You can breathe. You can breathe. For now. For now, you can breathe. I'm not pumped. I'm not fired up. From all angles, you know, this was a series where you say to yourself, okay, they should have swept. Not going to go fully there today, but you should have swept. Got to get it together. You got to get it together. And Rob didn't win you this game, even though putting in Trey was the right thing to do. I'll tell you what else was the right thing to do, Ashley, as well. Put Bohm back at third. leave Otto at first. I was with him there too. They took action with that. But that didn't win you this game. Luzardo won you the game. Luzardo won you the game, and the offense did enough. They did enough. 2 good homers, especially the Kyle home run. Like, that was a nuke. Bohm's just got on out. Castellanos has almost got out. But there's a lot to be worked on. There still is a lot to do. Your 9th hole hitter is an automatic out. JC's hitting the ball better. Can't believe it, but he is. JT has actually put together a nice string of 3 games in a row. I'm happy for the win, but I'm not throwing up the championship banners yet, says Doug. And nor should you. Nor should you. Who's pitching Friday? Ranger Suarez versus Kevin Gausman. Gausman's not bad. Gausman has only given up. He's actually done pretty well over his last 3 outings. He had that one little hiccup on Sunday, June 1st. Other than that, though, he's been good. Beat him on Friday. Take advantage of that guy on Friday. Because you should. How did they do that the last time that the Phillies played him? I don't think he's pitched against the Phillies since 2023. 5 earned runs, 7 hits in his last time against the Phillies. 1 homer, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Time before that, 6 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, 8 strikeouts. And then the time before that, 6 innings, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts. I'm hoping that the Phillies are patient against him. That'd be nice. Make the guy work. I didn't think that we swung at a lot of bad pitches today. And I thought that we worked up the count, especially in that first inning. Ben Brown was off. He was leaking oil to begin with. But I've seen guys that have been leaking oil, and the Phillies get themselves out. That's a baby step, but still a step in the right direction. Bohm is snapping out of it, it seems. It's just hardcore. Yeah, I just don't like it when he's always swinging at the first pitch. That's like my only critique right now. But it does seem like that he's hitting the ball better. And he's driving in runs. And I said it, and you probably commented during this comment that I made. But if he can drive in runs again, I will take that in a heartbeat. This team is desperate for that. They are desperate. Phils have the talent. They just chase terribly. I don't even know if they have the talent. But that's another story for another day. I think we talked a little bit about it yesterday. I want to believe that they do, but that is that is a question. That's a question mark for me. Going back to the fielding errors. And again, calling into the show, 610-314-0844 is the phone number. Like, how, again, are you feeling after this type of a win? Those fielding errors, have also hurt us with losses. And they most certainly have. Thanks, Hardcore. Kyle Schwarber's now speaking to the media. Bohm's now hitting .333, according to Luke Arcani, over his last 31 games with more RBIs than strikeouts. I wish that stat would also include which ones weren't meaningful and which ones were. I like to call it clutch at-bats. They have clutch time in the NBA. I would like to know if you just put in the clutch at-bats, the games that are close or the times where the game is close and there's a meaningful at-bat. But they're not going to tell us. Any quotes? Any quotes? I can't see any live tweets now from Rob. This is old news. Otto Kemp said after 2 nights ago's game that he hasn't bunted since a summer ball game in 2021. And it was a pop-up to the catcher. This is according to Luke Arcani. That quote right there tells me that it's not just the Phillies. It's not just the professionals that are doing this. Like, they're not doing this in the minors. Even when I watched the Jersey Shore Blue Claws, they weren't working on bunting during situational hitting. You're a minor league organization. You're a minor league team. You want to figure out what these guys can do. What can these guys do in certain situations? It doesn't matter about the wins and losses. What matters is getting these players to develop. And it kind of starts from there. Just wanted to bring that up. Randy says he's not consistent. And again, calling into the show, 610-314-0844. That is the phone number. Yesterday was a bad final 3 innings. And yesterday's gone. I'm happy that they actually blocked out the noise and they played well today. They did. They played well today. And I think Hardcore's the one that said it, that the Cubs actually play a lot of afternoon baseball games. So that even makes this more impressive too. And the reason why is because there's teams that aren't used to playing a lot of afternoon games. And, you get to, I know that you can't make excuses, but you get to the batting cages earlier. It's a different routine. Batting practices earlier. You got to go to bed early the night before. And when you're not used to that, that plays an impact in your conditioning and all that type of stuff. So, this upcoming series will tell a lot. Toronto is a good team. Doug, again, we didn't show up in that series. We didn't show up in that Toronto series last weekend. Punch them in the throats, figuratively speaking. If they sweep Toronto, which I don't think that they'll do, If they sweep Toronto, though, I'll say hold it. I'll say hold on a second. How are they going to sweep them, though? That's a good question. How's it going to look? I don't know. But if the result says sweep, maybe there's something to that. Getting a little bit optimistic. I've been seeing a lot of things going off on Sixers Twitter about VJ Edgecombe, how Tyrese Maxey flew out for his meeting. We're hearing a lot about that stuff now. But I don't care about that because right now we're doing a baseball postgame show. Rob helps you lose games, but never seems to help you win them. No. Nope. He doesn't help you win them. Rob is a wannabe Charlie Emanuel. But he's not. The players loved Charlie, but Charlie, even when I would question the moves, Charlie still had a brain. There have been more times than not where I question what is going on in Rob Thompson's head. Would you have put in Michael Mercado in the 9th? I wouldn't have. Would you have put in, what's his name, to pitch 2 innings today? I don't think so. I'm blanking out right now. It worked. That's all I can ask. Just make it work. Still wasn't the right moves. But it worked. Lazar went 2 innings today. And again, I know it says they gave up an earned run. That was Castellanos' ball. Sure. Don't allow a hard hit. That is also on you too, Max. Heading out, JJ. Peace to you all. Catch you all in the next Phillies game. Go Phils. Thanks so much, Randy. Appreciate you. We still got 40 people tuning on in. This is great. This is great because we're still, locked in. I still want to keep the ball rolling and have a conversation about this team. And you can still call on into the show. We've been making these post-game shows longer, not just for me, but for you guys. You understand? We're doing this for you. James, what's up, dude? JJ bringing us through the turnaround. I don't know if this is a turnaround or what, but every game now, I said from yesterday, we're going on in with just the mindset of not getting emotionally attached, but letting them absolving what they're doing. Just absolve it and take it for what it is. Don't get emotionally invested. Just take what they give you and then digest it. Digest and dissect what's going on. Good point. That's a hole in statistics. Going back to the Alec Boehm thing. And it's not just an analytic. Like, that's not just a stat. When you're up in the second inning with 2 base runners on and it's scoreless, that's a much more meaningful at-bat than when you're down 6-0 in the bottom of the 6th with nobody on. It's a different type of an at-bat. The circumstances are different. Give me those types of at-bats. That's why I actually like clutch time in the NBA, how they are keeping stats of that because, again, it's not a stat. That is a stat, if you want to call it that goes hand in hand with eye test. Have to head out, says Doug. Thanks, JJ. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. We just got news that's football related, but it's kind of also important. The Eagles have agreed, according to Tom Pelissero, they have agreed to terms with the number 31 overall pick, Jahad Campbell, on his 4-year, $14,903,574 fully guaranteed deal with a 5th-year option. Only 4 of 32 first-round picks are unsigned as minicamps wrap up. Look at Howie getting it done. I love the move. My first reactions are, I love this contract. But back to baseball. Back to baseball. I think we caught up to all the chats. Overall, good win. Loved what I saw from Luzardo. And the offense did enough. They did enough. JT, 5 hits in his last 3 games. 3 RBI. He's hitting better. But we'll see how it continues. All right. Any quotes? Any quotes from Topper? Any quotes? Let's look at some tweets. It's Wednesday. I like that. Wednesday. Wednesday, get it? Wednesday. Crazy. Nothing that I can say. Nothing else. I think that's it. All right. I'm done. I love you all. Tomorrow is an off day. Be on the lookout for the mashed potato dance, because it is coming out. I did not forget. Just have had a busy couple of days. All right? I love you all so much. Hit the bell icons. Turn the bell icons on for any content. Maybe I might go live tonight. We'll see. Or I might go live tomorrow. I don't know yet. But have your bell icons turned on. And I will catch you all in the next one, all right? Go Phils, Lava Tov, and goodbye.